Coming up, it's a Titans and Colts rematch, with Tennessee getting the win back in Week 3. Indy looks to split the series for the third straight year as we get ready for an AFC South slugfest. Next.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or two at most. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. A first down carry for Henry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, this Week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. There he goes left side. The 30. Pushing his way through. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off play action. Willis. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, Willis. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
It was a little bit of a surprise when DeForest Buckner was traded from the San Francisco 49ers to the Indianapolis Colts prior to the 2020 season, but it sure paid off for Indy. Named all-pro.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Ryan. They'll get this off to Taylor. That catch good for only a couple. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 35 yards. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 carries, 54 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
From the 17, Ryan. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and they'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off play action, Willis. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Willis. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out Got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. To throw is Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 15. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Titan football. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On third down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. Fighting his way through contact. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 17 yards on the fake punt, and that's going to be a first down. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack, Ryan. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way, because we know that can be a dangerous tactic, because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
That's it, ready? We go,
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Woods. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down. Willis. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Colts to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Play action, Ryan. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Running left, Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
A big play there for Indy. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Ryan.